Something strange in the neighborhood? With the Ghostbusters Afterlife coming up this weekend, here's what you need to know about the old school Ghostbusters, and let's check these guys out. So here's the packaging for the first Ghostbuster that we're gonna check out, and just like my t-shirt said, this is EGON Spengler. And if it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you can be notified of any new updates, new videos of my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and all the good stuff. And now back on with the video. It's with a new movie coming out, the Ghostbusters Afterlife. So you have the Ghostbuster logo and their icon here. And then you have their nameplate, Spengler of the Plasma series. For the Hasbro, not much on the top. And you see on the window the figure, and then not much on the side except for some drawings of the Proton packs. And then you have all the figures in the line here at the back. So it's a Build-A-Ghost series. So you build Vince Clortho if you collect all the 6. And there's a readout for EGON Spengler. If you want to read, just pause the video, and on the side you have some artwork of the 4 Ghostbusters, the icons, the original Ghostbusters, and not much on the bottom. And that's it for the packaging for the Plasma series Ghostbusters, and I'm really excited to get EGON Spengler, my favorite Ghostbuster of them all, and let's get him out of the box. So here's everything that comes in the box with EGON Spengler, but before we take a look at the accessories, I just want to show off this amazing backdrop inside the box, which is really awesome. You have blueprint details of Proton packs, the Neutrona wand, Ecto one, and a lot of the other Ghostbusters equipment. It just really looks so awesome that I'm probably gonna keep this and not throw this away. And now let's take a look at the accessories that comes with EGON Spengler. And the first thing that we take a look at is the Build-A-Ghost part. So this is one of the leg of Vince Clortho, which I'm not probably gonna complete. And now let's take a look at the others. So here's the PKE meter, and it really looks awesome. There's only one paint app on this one, it's the green screen, and then there's a lot of sculpted details on this accessory. And this PKE meter can check the place if there's a presence of a ghost, or it's a ghost detector for short. Not much of a paint details, but the sculpted details on this is really great. And now let's take a look at the Proton pack. So here's the Proton pack, and it's really looks awesome. And you also have attached to it is the Neutrona wand, or the Proton blaster, which has a hole over here and will attach to the side of the Proton pack over here. So if he's not holding it in his hand, you can have it attached to the Proton pack. And the sculpted details on this Proton pack are really amazing. So you see a bunch of wires, paint apps are really nice. So, and it's really nice because all of these figures have the same Proton pack, but their Proton packs have different red colors on the circles, and we show you on the other Proton pack. So EGON has the one here on the top, then you see the red, and then the blues, the grays, and it also has some green straps so you can attach it to the figure. And you also have this peg which will attach to the back of the figure, which I will show later. It really looks really awesome, but be careful with these straps because it's not really bendy type, and there's some plastic stress marks that are showing on mine, so be careful because it might snap off. It's now time we take a look at EGON Spengler himself from the movie, and let's check out his face sculpt. It's a really nice likeness of the actor Harold Ramis. May soul rest in peace. He's my favorite Ghostbuster, and I was really sad when he passed away, but this is a pretty amazing likeness of him. So when these Plasma series figures came out, I really wanted to get all of these guys because the Ghostbusters are one of my favorite franchises. So he's got his eyeglasses, which are also painted a little bit, so you can see that his eyes. I love the hair sculpt of this figure, and then these figures have the same uniforms, I think, or the same molds for the uniforms, so there's not any changes except for the name tags. So you see he's got Spengler. So you can see the iconic Ghostbusters logo here at the side of his arm. You have his elbow pads, glove. Then let's check out the rest of the uniform. It's got different wires. You got the sculpted details for the folds on his uniform. Really nice figure. And you know the PKA meter, if you want it, you can have him holding it in his hand. So you can have Egon checking out the room for ghosts. Or if you don't want him holding this, you have some storage. You have a hole here on his belt where this peg can slot in there. You can tab in the PKA meter on his belt. So you have some storage for the PKE meter, which is really great for this figure. And now it's time to gear up Egon Spengler so we can bust some ghosts. So how to put on the Proton pack. So you just untab this part here because there's a tab here which will go into this peg hole, and you just slide in his other arm and then over the head. And then there's a peg hole at the back or the figure where the peg will slot in. And then when you have that in, you can lock in the straps by pegging this into the hole. And now you have Egon Spengler now ready to bust some ghosts. And now let's take a look at this guy's articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, so it can turn 360, can look up and down. And then the arms can turn around 360 as well, move out that far. And then you also have swivel the biceps. You have double jointed elbows, as you can see there. As you can see. So you have rotation on the wrists. Then the wrists can go up and down as well. And then it's got a ball joint on the abs, so it can turn 360 up and down for the ab crunch. Really great articulation. And then his legs can kick forward that far, can kick backward that far, and then can do the splits. And then you have an upper thigh cut for the swivel. You have double jointed knees, which are very stiff, especially on this side. I can't fold it that much because I don't want to break it. And then you have ankle tilt, which is really good for this figure for the posability, and I really love how poseable this figure is. So it's now time for some size comparisons, and let's go to a galaxy far away and let's bring in Han Solo from the Star Wars Black Series. So you have Harrison Ford and Harold Ramis in the same picture. And yes, the Ghostbusters Plasma series is a little bit small figure. And then let's bring in the actor who will be in the Ghostbusters Afterlife. And you have Paul Rudd, aka Ant-Man. And as you can see, the Ghostbusters figure is the smallest among all three. Last but definitely not the least is Beachhead from the G.I. Joe classified line, where you can see, let's move the camera, both the classified line and the Marvel Legends figures are almost the same height, then followed by the Black Series, and then the smallest would be Egon Spengler. So that's been BubbaChuck14 with what you need to know if you want to get or want to buy the Egon Spengler Ghostbusters from Plasma series. It's a really great figure. I highly recommend this figure. Great Proton pack, great detailed for equipment. Ghostbusters suit is really well detailed and looks like what he looks like in the Ghostbusters 1 show. Great face likeness for the actor Harold Ramis. And the cons would be, it's just a small figure and it's the smallest among the Hasbro figures that I have in my collection. And then the straps, those green straps are a little bit iffy. It might break from the plastic stress marks. And this has been my favorite Ghostbusters. How about you guys? Who is your favorite Ghostbuster? Comment down below. And I want to give a shout out to the following people who gave comments in my previous videos: Team Favre Vlog, Rosalie YouTube, Mods Mary, Filipina Pie Life Adventures, and Joyce Cal. Thank you very much for leaving comments in my previous videos. And this has been BubbaChuck14. Celebrate life, be a miracle.